Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Image Cleaning. Well, it's all changed down the Blues with 7 staff and the manager gone and a whole new management team in. 11 games to save the season, that's just 33 points, but every single point is up for grabs. Now is the time for the board who have acted, and it's a time for us, the supporters, to remain unified and give the team and our club every hope of staying in this division. Never in the history of football has so much been owed by so few to so many. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer in one word: victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all adversity. Victory, however long and hard the road may be, for without victory there is no survival. We shall defend our goal line, no matter what the cost. We shall fight on the halfway line. We shall fight in their penalty area. And we shall fight down the flanks. And we will sing loud and proud from the stands. We shall fight till the end. We are Birmingham City. We shall never surrender. What a difference a week makes. Don't know where to start this one. So many people gone, so many people arrived. It's almost like the Tilton Talk Show closed season, window, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels a bit like that, yeah.
Right, okay. Never like to see anybody lose the job, but Steve Cottrell's gone. And
yeah, I'm fairly happy about it.
Yeah, I'm saying you never like to see anybody lose a job, right? Okay, he's had a payoff, there's no doubt. Paul Gill says, can you smile, please? And but the board have at last, and at least realised that there was a massive problem there, which had to be dealt with. And it looks like they've come in with a bit of a clean sweep, gone through, the not just the management side of it, but many people in, what would you call it, boardroom level, and had a clear out.
At football club level, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, they're making decisions. I mean, we've had a couple of discussions on our Facebook group, haven't we, about the owners. People have a pop at the owners. Now, for me, the owners have acted in the best interests of this club.
Albeit a bit late.
In their own minds, whatever they've done in the time that they've been here, everything that they've done in their minds has been to improve this football club and for the betterment of this football club. Now, sacking Marriott and bringing Zola in, it turns out it was a horrible decision. But in their mind at the time, they didn't do it to put us in a relegation scrap. They did it because they thought it would better us. Now, and the one thing I have to say is that they haven't hung about, have they? They hung about with Zola. They haven't hung about with Redknapp. They brought Cottrell in, and it hasn't got down to. It's probably too late that they've sacked him. they've left it a bit too long.
Unless a miracle can.
But it's not 3 games left,
No.
which is like Zola, and I think they learned from the Zola thing and realised if it's not going right, then we make the decision. And listen, they didn't decide to sack Cottrell after the Forest game.
It was before.
That's clear.
Yeah.
Similar to Rowett, they
knew no matter what the result, even if you went and smashed.
Don't quite understand why he was there in charge of the Forest game. Though.
Well, yeah.
But
I mean, I don't know whether it's contractual issues with Monk. I mean, when did he get the sack from Borough? End of December, was it? So whether there's a 3 month, a 2 or 3 month period where he can't work for a bit that was in the contract at Middlesbrough, or
I know myself that he was, because I write on the Indian Football League over in India.
Yeah.
He was over there the past week or two working with them.
Yeah.
Due to him being a part of like the Premier League and being a past player and everything. So whether that's came into it, whether he had commitments, or
anyway, that's kind of by the by now.
Yeah.
We've got a new manager with a new backroom team.
Your point is right about not just Cottrell staff.
That's what's
Jeff
needed.
Terry has gone.
Darren
Dean wasn't on the payroll, so we won't be told that he's gone. But
you can tell he's already gone because they're not being advised by those people.
Daniel Ivory, journalists on Twitter, everybody's made it pretty clear that Darren Dean will not be involved at Blues anymore. So they have done a full root and branch. Whoever they think is at fault for this, they've gone. They're not hanging around.
Oh, right, okay. Adam Wilkes is watching on a 50-inch wide screen, and your smile is huge, apparently. Your smile is huge, so there you go. Marvel. Wonderful. Right, people and listeners out there, Monk, happy or not? Happy or not? That's all I want you to write is happy or not. Over the next 3 minutes, you've got 3 minutes. Happy or not, Chris?
I'm ecstatic.
You're ecstatic?
Yeah.
But you'd have had anybody.
I would have had anybody.
Last week you said you'd have had anybody.
Yeah, well, that's true. Anybody would have been an improvement on the Cottrell situation. But I don't know. Maybe I'm allowing myself to get a bit carried away. But it's got everything about the appointment has got what the Rowett appointment was.
Yes, young, dynamic manager.
Hungry for
39
success.
years old tomorrow, and the first club he plays is the last club that sacked him. Woo!
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
So, there's something riding on the first game straight away.
I've got goosebumps for the first time this season.
There's a bit of intrigue straight away, but you're right. He's a young manager. He's looking to prove himself. For whatever people say, I think he's done a decent job, if not better than decent, at every club he's been at.
Some reaction coming in from Mark Johnson. Happy. David Osborne. Happy. Best of luck to Gary Monk. He's going to need it. From Wayne Folder. St. Wayne Holder, do you beg your pardon? Ian Lomas, happy. Andrew Cave, happy-ish. Paul Lipkiss, very happy. Connor Jesper is very happy. Best appointment we could have made. Steve Plant, happy. There's nobody saying they're unhappy. Yeah. Stephen Gill, happy. Kev Kelly, happy. Anthony Lloyd, wanted Monk since Feb. Happy we found a new improved Rowett, says Pete Taylor. Aaron Geller's happy. Daniel Ivory, I don't know who's not going there. Sam is over the moon. Sammy Bitter's over the moon. Happy from Richie Rich. Gary Monk will be the new Gary Rowett from Steve Merry. Steve Cale, happy. Not happy. Should have been given the manager's job to Ndoye as player manager.
Is that Dennis?
We all think that's tongue-in-cheek. No, it wasn't actually Dennis. No, it wasn't. No. Luke Griffiths.
Somebody else is making Ndoye jokes.
Matthew Revel, happy. It seems that everybody seems to be happy about this appointment. Apart from one gentleman who says, don't expect us to win tomorrow. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
But, listen, expectation and hope is a different thing altogether.
Yeah. Oh, Dennis is unhappy because Mr. Fun is happy.
I knew something would be wrong. The expectation to win tomorrow probably shouldn't be there.
No.
If we get beat tomorrow, we shouldn't be coming out that ground going, what a waste of time that was.
Just write it off. He's had literally one session with the lads.
He's trained once.
They're vying for a place in the playoffs.
Yeah, and similarly Saturday as well away at Cardiff. Let's not think that we're going to go unbeaten till the end of the season now. But there's a hope. There is a hope that we can get something from tomorrow. Whereas if Cottrell was still in charge, I'm holding my ticket on the way to the ground, thinking, what is the point in this?
Pete Taylor, expectation is good. It's the hope that kills you. We all know that phrase, don't we? Only too well.
There you go.
And BT is the key from Matthew Butlin. Now that's quite an interesting appointment.
I like Pep Clotet as well.
Yeah. I think what Pep will bring in, and James Beattie as well.
Yeah.
James Beattie will work well with Gallagher and Jutkovic because he was a very similar striker to them. He can teach them a lot of things because he was a very good striker. And how Gary Monk plays football is quite possessive football, quite attacking football. And Pep Clotet, being Spanish, may actually get Jota out of the sort of downtrodden player that he currently is. Because I don't care what anyone says, he is a very good player. He was just in a wrong system. How we were playing football under Cottrell and Redknapp, we weren't playing attacking football, which he was playing at Brentford. And with Gary Monk being there playing attacking football, he's going to thrive again.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
That's the hope.
Yeah,
and again but again, everything about this decision, everything about this appointment strikes that this isn't a desperation. You just look at the Cottrell appointment now.
Yeah.
Now you know what we've got. Back in October or whenever it was he was appointed, it's basically we don't know who to bring in, so let's bring in the guy who was with Redknapp last season because we don't know who to bring in. It's clear we don't want Redknapp for whatever reason.
Do you think they're learning on the feet then?
You hope so. You hope so. You hope that they're learning from their mistakes.
David Ridgway, this is our chance to turn things around now. Everybody needs to get behind the lads and our new manager. Let's do what us Blue Noses do best and sing it out. So starting tomorrow, come on you Blue Boys.
They were with Cottrell in charge, they were with Redknapp, they were with Zola, they were with Rowett, they're always happening and always will be.
There's no way that they're not going to...
And Aaron Geller's Gary Monk's 39th birthday tomorrow. How about a 39th minute rendition of Happy Birthday? Why not? Why not? That would sound really
what the
crass
score
on the
is. If
TV.
we're 3-0 down, I don't think we'll be singing
I think this is an important point from Luke Griffiths. Cottrell and his staff were out of their depth. Not his fault, but he's a coach, not a manager.
Yeah,
I think that sums it up.
He was he's a very good number 2 because he doesn't know how to deal with the media. That's why he thrives so well with Redknapp.
Yeah.
That's why he thrives so well with Redknapp because Cottrell could get on with the stuff that he wanted to do behind the scenes, whilst Redknapp dealt with the media, which he's used to doing.
Secret agent Monk, and Monk wanted Hotter in the summer, and can we have Hotter as a number 10 role from Benji Smith?
Yeah,
I would be very...
Seems as though we've got some infiltrators from across the city on the little site.
Oh, welcome.
It doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely welcome. I'm really pleased that you've managed to be able to log on.
It's boosting our figures. It's boosting the Birmingham City show's figures. So thanks for that.
It's good to know that you want to listen about Birmingham City Football Club and see, what wonderful things do go on across the city.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Could I say welcome? No, perhaps not.
But yeah, I think. The fact he's only had one training session with them, you might not see 6 or 7 changes tomorrow, but I think you will see a side that is set up to try and win the game.
Trying to attack.
Know what I mean?
That's what we weren't doing. We weren't attacking.
Just sit there and hope for the best.
Hoof it up to Gallagher, and then Gallagher's got no support around him.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what we'll do about the infiltrators, Mr. Brown, you're keeping an eye on it. He's red carding as quick as we possibly can. Obviously, what we don't want to do is because this goes out live. Obviously, we can't have any bad words or foul language on the box at all, because that's how we've been over the last 7 years, and that's how we'll continue to maintain it. Despite the fact that they think it's funny to infiltrate.
If they keep putting stuff on, then it boosts our comments as well. We might break our comments record again.
Well, we're going to do that anyway.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay, the Forest game on Saturday then was probably the result I expected, to be honest. I think I went for a 2-1 Forest.
Yeah.
But
I was surprised.
Do we just write the rest of the season off now? We've got 11 games of 33
It's an 11-game season now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's how everybody at the club has to see it. Yeah. They have to see it that whatever's gone, whatever's happened now is irrelevant. Every player starts afresh now, and you've got 11 games to survive. And if you survive, then you've got next season. With that manager, prove to the manager that you're good enough to stay in the squad.
Have Aston got a Facebook page? It looks like they've all decided to
think
join
they've
in.
got one,
tonight,
have they?
You know?
I have that.
I don't know. Oh dear me. Never mind.
Gives me something to do.
Hey. Must be terrible. All them carers been on strike tonight.
Yeah.
And not worry about it. Not worry
I
about
think-
it.
I think
Mr.
the-
Brown will get rid.
Where did they all come from?
Don't know.
I think the next 4 fixtures after the Cardiff game is going to be
That's our season.
killer. That's
I was
going to be the
speaking
season.
to a
Because we've
friend
got
of mine,
it's
yeah.
Hull, Ipswich, Bolton, and then Burton, isn't it? Is it?
Yes,
Those 4?
I think so. But is it? Ipswich is at home, isn't it?
Ipswich is at
Then
home.
we've got Bolton
Burton's
away,
at home.
Hull at home,
Burton's at home as
Burton
well.
at home. So that's
They're the 4 games.
That's your crunch, isn't it?
And then I think we've got QPR, the second to last game, which could also be a
that's
winner.
the last away
The
game,
rest,
I think, yeah.
the rest are going to be tough because it's like
Yeah.
Wolves, Bristol City, Sheffield
Sheffield
United,
United, yeah.
Fulham last game of the season.
Yeah.
So they're all going to be up there fighting for either automatics, playoffs,
Again,
or whatever.
those 4 games, if you get 10, 12 points
Yeah.
out of those 4 games,
That's massive because you're gaining.
Those games get a little bit easier, don't they? Because you've got the momentum going.
Especially the Hull, Bolton
Yeah.
and Burton, because you're gaining 3 points on
Massive.
on teams that are
Massive
below and
games,
around you.
yeah.
Owen Ryan King. What a numpty you are. Never mind.
That's sick.
Yeah. It's
What a
quite
horrible
funny,
thing
isn't
to
it?
say.
Keep that one on.
Yeah.
Let people see that one.
Being somebody who's just come back from
Jesus.
witnessing the death camps in Auschwitz and that, that was perhaps
Oh
something that
my
we
God.
could and should take up.
Please all go to Owen Ryan King's Facebook page, please.
Keep that on.
Yeah.
So people can
And
see
just have a
that,
look what
yeah.
he's just written on the page. And
That's very nice, that is.
The
Oh, what do you
CGI
think?
is worse than Hitler killing all the Jews. Well, if that's about
That's
your mentality,
great.
then you don't deserve to breathe.
my
In my
God.
opinion. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve a life. Yeah.
Sick.
Big
Banter's
game then tomorrow night, Middlesbrough. Like I say, just buying outside the playoffs.
Yeah.
We could actually do 2 of the Midlands teams a big favour tomorrow, so I don't know what those whingers are moaning at.
I know, yeah. Well, yeah, the next 2.
Yeah.
We've got Borough and then Cardiff.
Yeah.
If we get, they'll want us to get 6 points realistically. Yeah,
Yeah.
but look, Borough are a side that have got Premier League players in their squad.
They've got a Premier League manager as well in Pulis.
Yeah, I think so. And I they turned Leeds over pretty comfortably on Friday night.
It's not a typical Pulis side either.
No,
it's a new Pulis side.
They're
They're not just sitting
actually,
back and having 20% ball possession and hoping that their one shot goes in. They're actually quite good on the attack. So
Traore looks a real threat, blistering pace. We're gonna have to watch that pace. Bamford obviously in form with his hat trick.
Yep.
So they've got players that can hurt us, but this is what we can do. We did it to Cardiff earlier on in the season where we didn't think we had a hope. Forest earlier on at home where we didn't think we had a hope. So we've got to take that mentality in that again. It's a fresh start, and anybody can beat anybody in this league. We've got to go in with that mentality, and hopefully we'll pick something up. I think anything we do pick up will be a bonus.
Massive bonus, even if it's just the 1 point.
Exactly.
It's still a point against
It's
a very good side.
psychological boost. That'll be the main thing.
It's a point that you probably don't expect to get currently as well, which is just going to boost them even more.
Of course.
Yeah. Who else was up there? Kevin Damon says he'll take a point tomorrow, and I don't see any reason why not. Well, as the infiltrators continue.
And we're the obsession, as they always say.
We're just sitting there looking at how boring you must be.
What are you doing on your Monday night as a Villa fan? I'm on a Blues.
And
What?
to be
Try
honest,
telling that to the mate you're sitting next to at Villa Park.
To be honest, I'm looking at the profiles, and the average age is about 16, 17.
There you go.
poor little children.
It'd be bedtime soon, so it doesn't matter.
We've got school in the
Just
morning.
keep getting rid, Chris. Just keep getting rid. Big crowd, I think, perhaps then tomorrow. For a Tuesday night.
I thought so.
20 quid for
night,
Tilton.
hopefully, yeah.
20 quid for Tilton, 20 penny. We all love that saying, don't we?
Yeah.
So,
I think a lot of people come down now as well, knowing that obviously Monk's in and Cottrell's gone.
Yeah, and it shows that, and again, the club's PR is important now to show that this is something different.
Yeah.
This is a new era, and you know, 11-game season, if you like, and come down and support them, because you know the support will be important when St Andrews is full and loud and rocking. You know, it's a difficult place for anybody to come, especially in this league. So hopefully there will be a decent crowd.
Some funny comments coming back. Shan't give them too much time. I dare say Brad is just getting rid as quickly as he possibly can.
I am, yes. It's hard, but it's keeping me happy.
Oh dear me, it must be so funny, mustn't it? Sat there on your settee tonight thinking, oh, I'm going to join in this.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's bizarre and half of it, man.
Bless them.
All right, okay, what you been doing with the blog lately?
Moaning, really. I mean, there's not much that you can really take positively, but...
have I been moaning recently? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't given us much to be happy about, and I think it was after the Brentford game I was writing it, and I just scrapped my normal format of like the match preview, anything else that's gone on in the week. I normally do like Lone Watch for the likes of Solomon Otterbor and Shinny and everyone else who's on loan, and then I go on to the match preview for the next upcoming games and everything. But I just completely scrapped that and tried to give my personal opinion on the whole situation. So, because I know not just Blues fans go on the site and read it, I know there's other fans from like the majority of the teams and everything try to get there. So I try and give them the most emotional and opinionated thing that I can possibly give them. But hopefully now that Monk's in and everything's hopefully going to pick up and everything, I'm actually going to be quite positive rather than just go, because I think I near enough ended scrapping the match reviews, because I was saying the same thing. We had a good 10 minutes, Gallagher had a chance, he put it over the bar, they've gone up the other end, scored, heads go down, then the second goes in and game over, and that's it done. So
same old story, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it as fresh as ever, and thankfully Monks came in at the right time and saved me, really. Because it was getting quite stale, and I weren't. The only reason why I do it is because I enjoy talking about Blues and enjoy talking about football, and that's the only reason why I was doing it. I was like, it's all volunteer. I'm not getting anything from it. But it was getting to a point where I was saying the same thing. Cottrell was just giving a excuse after excuse. So I was just trying to keep it as fresh, but it was just getting a bit boring and stale, so I was trying to keep it shorter than I usually would like to write them. But hopefully now Monk's in, everything goes up in the world, and I can actually positively speak about the owners, the club, Monk, the players, rather than just slated them, just going straight in at them.
Well, that's the hope, definitely. But like you say, Cottrell hasn't. Well, the club itself in general hasn't helped.
It just hasn't been a happy place to be involved with at the minute. I think the worst thing about everything that's happened in the past few weeks is that we've almost come to accept that we're going to lose a game. And when it gets to that point,
I had that feeling Saturday.
I mean, I was sitting there, I was trying to be as positive as I could, looking ahead to the games, and it was just, but what can I say? We've got no form. Cottrell's not inspiring. The players are playing awfully. They're just, their heads are down. They've got no confidence whatsoever. But hopefully now things start to pick up. But I think that was the worst point, was where I was sitting there writing them and thinking, I've just got to say that we've already accepted that we've lost going into the game against the likes of Barnsley, who are down there with us, and we shouldn't be doing that.
No, of course not.
Millwall outplayed us, and no offence to Millwall, but they've only just came up from League One. I know they've played well this season, and I think they're in the top 10 or 11, aren't they, up there? They're doing well, but we shouldn't be going into a game against Millwall or Sheffield United or Burton or Bolton and going, we're going to lose this game. I already know it. So
I don't think anybody in this league should.
No. But hopefully now Monk's in, positivity. That's what I'm aiming for.
That's the word, positivity.
And of course, first name Gary too, which will please you, surely.
Well, if he's anything, if his record is anything similar, then it'll please me. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, you look at his record. His win percentage at Championship level is above 40%, which I think is better than everybody.
It was. I think at Championship level it's above 50. I think it's like 53%. I think the only thing that was taking his career down was the Swansea job.
Yeah.
Because obviously they were struggling. But
yeah.
I mean, at Swansea, you could say that he was unrightfully sacked. I mean, he kept them up, and then 2 months into that,
I think.
Yeah, he kept them up in. I think he had 13, 14 games left. So it's a similar situation to what we were in. Kept them up, and then almost like Redknapp, he kept us up. Kept obviously Swansea up, and got sacked. So you could say he unrightfully got sacked there. He did miracles at Leeds to get them to where they were. Obviously, they fell off near the end of the season, but every team seems to have that blip in the season.
Always one,
It just happened to be right at the end. And then Middlesbrough, it didn't quite click with the players that he brought in, but they were still. I mean, he got sacked after a win.
Yeah, and they were 3
against
points
Sheffield
outside
Wednesday.
the playoffs.
They were 3 points outside of the playoffs, which is what I think they're currently at, or they're level on points or something. So you can almost say there that he was unrightfully sacked as well. So it's not like he's been a failing manager since he took over at Swansea. He's been a very good, consistent manager. And he's obviously young, and he's got the team behind him. So that's the main thing that I was happy about when Cottrell went, was that a lot of the backroom staff went as well. So Monk could have his say on the team, so he could almost rebuild us.
Yeah, of course.
Good point there from Des Paul. Let's not expect a miracle. It's the same squad, but I think Monk will get the best out of them. It's going to be a roller coaster 11 games, and I think he's absolutely right.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be down with 3 games to go, and I don't think we'll be safe with 3 games to go. I think it'll
go down to the last game of the season.
It'll be a nail biter again. That's the way that's how we seem to do things at the moment. But I think the players again. I think you look at his season at Leeds and what he did with Chris Wood, what he made Chris Wood in. Now, Chris Wood was a good striker. Yeah, he wasn't a 30-goal-a-season striker, and under Wood he became that 30-goal-a-season striker. He became that focal point, but Leeds, he got the best out of him. They played to get the best out of Wood. But they also got players in support of Wood as well. Now I think you'll see a lot of getting the ball into Gallagher to utilise Gallagher and get the best out of him, but also from the wide areas and midfield, getting players in support of Gallagher as well.
Certainly on paper, that squad shouldn't be where it is.
No, it shouldn't. It should be pushing for playoffs. You could almost say it should be pushing for playoffs.
Possibly, yeah.
With who we brought in the summer. I know, obviously, Ndoye's turned out to be useless, but with the pedigree that he was coming in from being in that team, the best team, I think, over 30 in the whole of Europe, obviously, Jota was probably the best, if not one of the best players in the Championship last season. Gallagher, Boga coming from very good teams in the Premier League. With those players mixed in with the hard-working players that we know that they are, because they were under Rowett, the likes of Davis and Kieftenbeld and everyone like that, they were putting in the effort. We should have definitely been mid-table at least. We shouldn't be talking about relegation at this point with the squad that we had. And I think the most positive thing that I listened to both Monk's interviews with the press and the Birmingham City one that he did on the website, and he turned around and he said, I know what the Blues fans want, and they want 110% effort, and that's all I've came in to do, to get the players to do. It's just give their all.
Yeah. He also said that he'd been here on the other side of it and seen, what a hostile place St Andrews can be.
Yeah.
So obviously it needs to be full, and it needs.
And I think
that side of it hasn't happened so much this year.
Yeah. I think in the 15 minutes interview, he did more and connected more with the fans than Steve Cottrell did in 5 months. He
Similar to what Redknapp did when he come in and he was singing "Keep Right On" to 5 Live the day after. You know what you do. They're not stupid. Well, apart from Cottrell, obviously, but obviously Monk's seen the animosity that we've had towards Cottrell. The club have probably
he's probably been watching.
The club have been speaking to him for a couple of weeks.
He's got to be watching from the outside in. He's got to be.
So he understands that. And he gets.
And I've got to give credit to James Beattie as well. When the news was straight away was announced on Twitter, I went on James Beattie's account and he changed his cover photo to a picture of St Andrews full, and he'd already had and he had BCFC in his bio, and he tweeted out KRO I think an hour after the news came out.
It doesn't take a lot.
Do you get what I mean? It doesn't take a lot. That's just what fans want. They want to know that they've got an initial
we're on their side then.
Yeah.
Steve Gill says, what formation should we play tomorrow?
I think we should scrap the 4-3-3 or whatever we're playing at the minute. I don't think we should play 4-3-3 because it's currently because I don't think Adams is a winger.
I don't
like him out on the wing.
But so you're going to play him up front?
I'll play him up front with Gallagher. With Gallagher.
And what's your midfield two?
Midfield two. Well, you'd have to have someone like Keith-Bell as a defence. Well, obviously Keith-Bell or Davis if Davis is fit.
Yeah.
And then you'd have. You'd either go with two defensive midfielders if you want to be holding.
Yeah.
So you go Davis, Keith-Bell or whoever else, or you could go a defensive midfield, attacking midfield. So have Keith-Bell as your only holding midfielder, and go with Jota as a number 10 in behind Adams and Gallagher with two wingers. With
one with five forwards.
Message from a very, very, very good friend of mine, Sean Taft Morris. Hi, Sean. Thanks for joining us on the Tilton Talk. You're always welcome here. Swansea fans are welcome here, but we've been infiltrated tonight by them across the city. But we don't care. We carry on. Hey, all Swans fans. Hey, Nick, Monk's not a bad manager. Done okay at ours, Swansea, but didn't get board support. Done well at Leeds, tried to change a lot at Borough in such a short time. I hope he helps you guys out. Seems like a lot of your problems are a little deeper at board level, like a lot of clubs these days. Interesting comment from a supporter from a different football club who wants to talk about football. Thanks, Sean.
I think he's obviously Monk's playing career at Swansea as well meant that there was already an affinity with the Swansea fans when he took over the job as manager, which probably helps.
Yeah.
But you know the job he did at Leeds suggests that there was no playing affinity with Leeds, so
or Middlesbrough.
Or Middlesbrough. So he goes into there and does a pretty decent job. So I think three jobs he's had now. He's shown that for me he's got more than enough credentials to take over this job.
He's very experienced for his age.
Yeah.
And considering he retired, I think it was in 2012.
Yeah.
2012,
but I think he was saying as well, from the age of about 25, 26.
Yeah, he suffered a severe injury, didn't he? And he was already thinking ahead.
Thinking coaching. And he was learning
because he didn't know if he was ever going to come back from that injury.
Yeah.
So. And
he's learned from the likes of Rodgers and Roberto Martinez, and those are two managers that certainly like to play football the right way and control games and things. So yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I can't believe we've been infiltrated. It's so funny, actually, isn't it? When you think about what is it? Another snow day in Aston.
It's just desperate. It's really embarrassing. Take a look at yourselves.
We've got a Villa fan helping me here to get rid of Villa fans.
Well, GA, all we can say is that you have always been and always will be part of the show, and you're always welcome, even though you are from across the city.
They're going for automatic promotion. Why are they even fussed about what's going on here?
Well, it's like on Twitter, there were
absolute clowns.
When the FFP came up, I saw so many Villa fans tweeting out saying what's going on, and you can imagine them on their phones just constantly refreshing, seeing if anything had happened. It's sad.
Yeah.
Right, Steve Putman said I'll play Djukovic and Gallagher up top. Looked more positive when we had two up there with Adams Hotter in number 10.
I don't think.
And Lisa Bunn saying push Dean further forward as Swansea have with Mawson.
No. I don't trust Roberts.
Then you're back disrupting
maybe
the
you'd
back
look
four
at,
again.
maybe you'd look at in the summer to get another centre back.
That back four's had a lot of changes this season. As a centre half himself, you'd like to think that the one thing Monk would do is turn round and quickly identify who he thinks are the best two centre halves, or three if he wants to go three.
Whatever he wants to play.
Yeah, but so he identifies quickly what that defence needs, because we have looked ropey of late. We've conceded sloppy goals. The confidence is low at the back. So you hope that as a former centre half he sorts that out quickly. In terms of the system, I would still go three behind the striker.
I think I'm quite traditional. I don't like one one up front. I don't like a solo striker because I don't think
it depends how you play it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Obviously, yeah.
In terms of getting. How many times have we seen Gallagher win a knockdown or just lose it, but the ball's dropped free and there's nobody within 20, 30 yards of him? So it's one up front, out of possession, but in possession, it's 4 up front, and you use those 4.
You'd look as well as Monk played one up front with Wood at Leeds.
Exactly.
And
I think he was Pablo Hernandez.
I think he was playing one up front at Middlesbrough as well with Asombalonga.
Yeah, or who was the lad he bought?
Braithwaite.
Yes,
Braithwaite who's gone back
to
France.
Matthew Goff don't play Duke and Gallagher.
No, I don't think that would work.
I wouldn't.
They're too similar.
And Kev Kelly's asking, do we keep Stockdale in goal or change that considering recent mistakes?
Yeah, and I said last week,
and some of his fitness. I mean, did you see some of the photographs?
He's always been like that. I think when he first joined, he was stocky.
Yeah.
I think at Brighton last season he was very stocky.
Yeah.
I think whether or not mistakes were on. You can almost say I'm not questioning his professionalism or anything, but you can almost question if he'd had done it on purpose to get Cottrell out.
Tony Fuller also made a comment. I think it's time for Stock to get fit, and we need to have Tom back in goal.
I think it's a tough one.
Yeah, I said last week Roberts needed taking out of the firing line because his confidence was shot, and he looked like he was struggling. Now he did that against Forest. 5 minutes in, Stockdale chucks one in, so it's. Obviously that is not a good start. I think Morrison and Dean, from that moment on, looked relatively solid. They were caught out for the second goal. It was a little bit unfortunate at the end. Obviously, Collins bad touch, and then he's over the right hand side, and they take it quickly, and we can't regroup.
You could almost say that's because Morrison's been out of the team for so long.
Yeah, possibly.
And he hasn't performed a proper partnership with Dean as Dean had with Roberts.
Yeah, and they didn't get over quick enough. But whether he goes, but I think goalkeepers it's a different one, isn't it? It's a different situation altogether. Kuszak hasn't played for a long time now, so do you throw him in the deep end in a game that? The first game.
Because to be fair, Stockdale has made these mistakes over the past couple of games.
He made a couple of good saves against Forest as well.
And across the season, we probably would have been worse off if he hadn't have been in goal for the extensive time that he has been, than if Kuszak or someone else had been. Because what I like about Stockdale is Kuszak's probably a better shot stopper in terms of his diving and his reflexes, but Stockdale can command his area. Kuszak looks very, very dodgy when a corner or a free kick comes in because of his height. He isn't tall. He's a good keeper. Don't get me wrong, and I'm glad that we have got him as a backup if something did happen to Stockdale. But I think that's the one worrying thing is because it's such a physical league and a lot of teams like to pump balls into the box. Stockdale's probably a better choice because he can command his area and he can come out and he can actually challenge, say, 6'5" strikers in the air and properly command his area, other than Kuszak, who may struggle to get up.
So many Villa fans on here tonight, we can only assume and conclude that you're jealous. Well, there is no need, because if there's any Villa fans out there that want to have a little programme like this, get in touch with Webby at Sports Radio Birmingham. This is Sports Radio Birmingham. This is what we do. All right? And we'll see if we can put you a show together. If you want one, you can have one of your own. You don't need to infiltrate ours. Go away. Go and clear the snow off your grandmother's path or something. All right, okay. Joey Thompson's a bloke in the middle for Blues manager. Well, we've just got one. Let's not change him already. So let's go there at the minute. Again, David Osborne says don't play Gallagher and Duke together, too similar. Stockdale knows how to kick the ball too, which I do agree with, but he has made some mistakes, and he's openly admitted them on Twitter, which is a good thing, I think, from any professional.
I'll be inclined to stick with him. I would be.
If he does make another mistake, though, then I think it would be time. At it,
but with the new manager in charge, I think you pick your best 11, and I think mistakes aside, obviously, we speak about this fresh start, 11-game season now. I think Stockdale's the better keeper.
Oh, I know one of them's got their fingers stuck on the smiley button.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, never mind.
Spreading positivity.
Never mind. All you got to do to win some Birmingham City memorabilia or prizes or the likes is share this programme on your personal stream, and you will be in with a chance of winning some kit next week. Now, we've got 2 competition draws to do this week. We'll do those in about 5 minutes. That's for last week and the week before. But please, if you do want to Villa show, you can have one. We've got all the kit. We've got everything to do it with. Everything's set up, ready.
I'll even come on with you.
Yeah, Mr. Fun.
I'll have a go with you.
We'll teach you how to do the first 3 weeks.
I'd love to do a show with you all. It'd be brilliant.
Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. Never mind. Matt Wilkes is asking Dean as captain with a question mark.
I was surprised that he did get it back, didn't he?
Morrison.
Yeah. I was surprised.
8:10, Chris. Time. Sorry.
Okay. I was surprised to see Morrison get the captaincy back.
Yeah.
But I think I would be inclined to have Dean as captain still myself. Again, another positive about Monk. I think he was Swansea captain for quite a while, so he knows what it's like to be a leader in the dressing room. I'm sure there was times at Swansea where he was there where there was problems and they were struggling, and he knows how to get them through.
And obviously, with him knowing that, he'll know who to pick as the best leader.
He'll see the best characteristics of people. Yeah.
I think there was a training video that went up today, and it looked like Paul Robinson is back in training with us in the first team squad. He was training with the first team squad, so I don't know if he's trying to go down that avenue or not.
He's retiring at the end of the season, so he hasn't actually retired yet.
No, so he can always come back. But I think he was spotted in that training video.
We're putting pressure on the centre halves.
Yeah,
to say, listen.
Well, it might not even.
It's not just 3 of you available. I can pick Robinson.
It might not even be that. It's just the fact that I think Robbo. I think I put a memory tribute piece out last week, and he read it and tweeted me back and everything. But I think the one thing that Robbo always will be was a character in the dressing room, a well-respected person in the dressing room, and he almost might be a leader in the dressing room behind the scenes rather than being on the pitch.
Possibly, yeah.
He's there just to bring back, because you don't know what happened with
across the expressway. Our visitors tonight with Terry.
Yeah.
Defensively, does he bring as much as Tommy Alford would have done or another centre half would have done? But actually,
in the dressing room, in the training ground, everything around there, he's been there, done it, got the T-shirt, everything like that. So it might just be a bit more of a kick up the backside for them.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm just reading this. It's just making my night, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh dear. I might come on a Villa show too, says Steve Portman. Excessive Blues are always happy to try and find some carers for supporters. We don't prejudice. Well done, my friends, well done.
Steve, did anybody get in touch about that guy who we were mentioned last week who wanted picking up before home games? Did anybody get in touch with Steve?
Certainly, nobody got in touch with me. But Steve Portman, if you could let us know on that, did anybody get round to?
I think I read. I think someone sorted it all out. I think I read it somewhere last week.
This is what we do on the Tilton Talk Show. One of our supporters is in need, we help them out. That's what we do. You see. Oh dear me, dear me, dear me. Should have kept Cottrell was doing what he could with a poor squad. Nick Griffin. God. No.
It's the most bafflingly horrendous
from obviously
comment.
Across the A38, isn't it? It's got to be. Ladies football this week, Chris. Any developments?
So it's internationals this week. There's currently a tournament going on in the United States, the She Believes Cup. England, France, Germany, and the United States are involved. England's first game was against France, and we beat them 4-1 a few days ago. And we played Germany last night, England, and went behind twice, but came back to draw 2-2. Blues lady striker Ellen White getting both the goals. So excellent to see her making a vital contribution. Defensively, we were a bit poor last night. Very impressive against what was in the end a poor France side in the first game. But I think under obviously Phil Neville recently taken over, I think there's definitely positives to take from these two games, and I think we play USA later this week, in which a draw will be good enough to lift the trophy. I think so. Decent games, decent performances in parts, but definitely things to improve on, but things to go on as well.
Got to give a shout out to Stepping Stones Global Footy Group for adults with anxiety and depression. That's back on this Friday, North Solihull Sports Centre in Chelmsley Wood, 2 till 4. £3, 18 plus. More than welcome. Let me know. Thanks. Good show again. Thanks ever so much for you, my friend, and for all the work that you do for Stepping Stones Global. Have we got Brian on? Is he ready? And hopefully we've got from the Birmingham Mail, a friend of the show, Brian Dick. Good evening, Brian.
Hello, Nick. How are we doing? Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, all good. It's all happening down the blues again.
It's a quiet beat, this one, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't like to do it by halves, do we, bud?
No, it's been entertaining, if nothing else. Yeah.
Would you call it entertaining?
Well, no, it's probably the wrong word, isn't it? Actually,
possibly. Yeah. A good appointment for you, though.
You what?
A good appointment for you?
Yeah, I'm optimistic about this one. Yeah. I think Monk's made his reputation on sides playing good football, and that may be quite a long way down the line, and in terms of this squad. But yeah, I just hope he can change the mood, Nick, and restore some confidence, because I don't know. I think most of us agree that the players are good enough, and if they've got a bit of belief, and maybe if that handbrake is taken off tactically a little bit, then they've got enough in the tank to survive. So, all key for me, mate, is how they survive, how they respond to another change of management. Yeah,
it must have upset them across the road, because we've been infiltrated by the Claret and Blue Army tonight, all over the Tilton Talk page, which is relatively funny, to be perfectly fair with you. But they've got nothing like this themselves, so they've got to come on here on a Monday night, because all the snow's gone now. So never mind.
The show's worth a listen, Nick. What can I say?
Oh, well, Brian, you're welcome here anytime, mate. Anytime. Got a young blogger in with us tonight who does a fair bit of writing. What kind of tips could you give him?
Oh, who is it?
Oh, come on, introduce yourself.
Yeah, Brian, I'm a massive fan, mate. I read all his stuff. Stephen Beavon.
Hello, Stephen. How are you, mate?
I'm not bad, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, very well, thank you. I'm just sat here transcribing 25 minutes of Gary Monk, so yeah, I'm all right, cheers. Young tips, sorry. Just keep doing it. Literally, is the part of the job is just about persistence and keep him writing, and yeah, just write from the heart, I suppose, is the main thing. There's two things that attract readers. One of them is information, and the other one is strong opinion. So if you're doing one of those two, then you're on the right tracks, bud.
Yeah. And also double check everything before you let it out. Yeah. Spell
checker is always a handy tool. Yeah. But don't have it switched onto American dictionary. That'll be my hint there.
No worries. Middlesbrough tomorrow night, then, Brian. What do you reckon?
It's difficult to think it's anything other than hard, isn't it? It all, again, I'll repeat myself, it depends how the players respond to what's gone on. I don't think Monk's going to be able to have affected much change tactically, if indeed any, but if he's lifted the mood, then they ought to be good enough. Again, Monk spoke in the way that Cottrell's spoken a lot recently about the fans lifting the players.
Yeah.
To me, the players have the responsibility to lift the fans. Really, they're the ones providing the source of entertainment, if indeed we can call it that. As we
all know, though, football's a funny old game. Now it's Gary's 39th birthday tomorrow, and he's playing the team that sacked him last.
Yeah.
Could the writing be on the wall?
Yeah, have you twigged who his last game was in his playing career as well? Have you twigged that one?
Yeah, I did hear it. Yeah.
Away at St Andrews it is a funny old game in that respect. I was looking earlier. Tony Pulis's record at St Andrews isn't great either. So I'd love it to be. Remember when Gary Rowett's first home game when they got an early goal against Watford, and Watford were flying at the time, and they got a late winner as well, and it just snowballed from there. I'd love tomorrow to be that occasion again.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an easy one, though, as we were talking earlier. They're just outside the playoffs. And I don't know why all these people from across the city are on tonight, because we could do them a massive favour tomorrow.
I mean, there's a couple of lads in the a couple of ex-Blues in the Middlesbrough side as well, isn't there? Ryan Shotton and Darren Randolph. So
I think Shotton was a big loss to be fair.
I'm cheered by the fact Grant Ledbetter's suspended, because I think he's a very, very good player for them, and he's done well at St Andrews before. I'm slightly worried about the form Patrick Bamford's hit. He obviously got a hat-trick against Leeds the other night, so it's whatever chances come Blues' way, and hopefully there will be more if they're slightly more attack-minded. They've got to put them away, because as everyone always says in every game, first goal's crucial, and if Blues can get it and St Andrews explodes, then you wouldn't want to be Middlesbrough, would you?
Hopefully not, no, but it is. Chris has said so many times how crucial that first goal is, and we've so often not managed that this year, and when we go 1-0 down, you can hear it, you can feel it in and around St Andrews, and it doesn't make good for the atmosphere, does it? But it's a clean sheet. He's a new manager. He's got a different style, obviously, different way of talking, managing the press, and one thing and another. I think he did very well at that today. Let's see what happens. That's all we're going to do. We just said, it's an 11-game football season from here on. Yeah,
you're right. I mean, he was very smooth today. He was impressive. He spoke well. He made a lot of good points. Exactly, fresh start, 11-game football season, and these players are good enough. Technically they're good enough. It's just what's between the ears, and that is Monk's priority number 1, 2, 3, and 4 is getting between their ears and getting that right.
There's no reason, that like I said, we're talking earlier. There's no reason that why this squad should be so far down the league that it is. Yeah,
I mean, they had a terrible pre-season. It was all the plans to go to Italy under Zola for 2 weeks were thrown out, and then suddenly, they were kind of having to make it up in double quick time. They ended up going to Austria, not playing great opposition. Kevin Bond, who ran most of the sessions, wasn't appointed until quite late in the summer. So, I do think that the fitness levels weren't right. I will agree with Cottrell on that, and I think Lee Carsley hinted at that as well when he had his short time as caretaker. So the signs were there early on, but as you say, we were all happy when they bought Stockdale and Hotter and Harley Dean and Maxine Colan and Isaac Vassell, these players to the club, weren't we? Because we need them to be good players. So hopefully they can be that again for the final 2 months.
Let's hope.
Brian, Chris here.
Hi, Chris.
With Monk coming in, what are you looking at most? Are you looking at, we've mentioned a couple of things that he could bring to Blues. Are you looking at more the fact that he was a centre half and that defence is lacking in confidence, and hopefully he can sort that out quickly, or the fact what he did with Chris Wood at Leeds, and can he do similar with Sam Gallagher?
Well, you've taken the answer out of my mouth there. The transformation of Chris Wood would be crucial for Gallagher. I feel for Sam a little bit because the ball just hasn't been dropping to him, and he's worked hard, but he's kind of been on the peripheries of games. That primarily is because he hasn't been getting a lot of service. If Monk in any way establish that supply line to Gallagher, then I think things will improve. So yeah, it's everyone says you're only as good as your strikers, and Sam Gallagher's a good one. So
it's got to be played in the striker's role, though. He can't be played out on the wing, surely.
No, I don't think Monk could do that. I mean, a lot of what he's done 4-2-3-1, hasn't he? Which would which would suggest Gallagher as the one, and then that system then gives you the opportunity to play an authentic 10, which you're then looking at Shea Adams, and the slight concern for me with that is the two midfielders. Have we got two that are convincing enough to hold a team like Middlesbrough at bay?
It's not going to be an easy game. Hopefully, the appointment of a new manager and new backroom staff will put a few extra bums on seats tomorrow night, and we obviously look forward to maybe taking 3 points. Could we say?
That would be fantastic. Yeah. Was that aimed at me? Why not? Early goal, St Andrews explodes, and then it becomes a difficult evening for Middlesbrough. So, 100%, that's what we want to happen.
All right, okay. Great to talk to you, Brian. Would you come back in towards the end of the season so we can do a summary on whereabouts we are?
Fellas. Any time.
You know that.
Just drop me a line. No worries
welcome.
at all.
You're always welcome. Great friend of the show. There you go, Brian Dick from the Birmingham Mail. Thanks ever so much, Brian.
Cheers,
and we'll
Brian.
see you very
Cheers,
soon,
Brian.
my friend. See you soon.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Competition time, if we could, Mrs. Brown. Sorry to spring that up on you all of a sudden. What did you make of Brian's words?
I think he's spot on. Obviously he was in the room at the time. He was at the press conference, and he said how. I think that's another point. How calm he come over.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he didn't come over all boisterous saying we're going to stay up, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. He hasn't done what Redknapp did and sing keep right on and be desperate to get on the fan. He come across calm. He understands what he needs to do. There's 11 games of the season left, and that's his focus.
Has to be. Right, okay, here we go, competition time. Stephen, if you could draw one, Chris, if you could draw the other, that would be very good.
This is for last week.
Last week, and then you're going to do the week before.
I'll do
Okay,
last
no
week's
problem.
then, and then Stephen can do this week's as he's here, and then it can be his fault. People can have it on him. Oh, it's not rigged, but it's Pat's ball.
Oh, my sister. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. You've got to be in it to win it, and I didn't draw it. There you go, Patricia. We'll get hold of Chris and give him your address in the week, and he'll send you some goodie bags out.
Oh, are you kidding me? It is Lee Small.
Have you done that? Really? Let's have a look in there. Just make sure there wasn't just two.
There are no more spalls. If you can find a spall in there.
All those hundreds of shares in there.
Incredible.
I'm not joking.
Well, sorry everyone.
Fix. Bleepy, I agree, Fix. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't draw one. I am so glad.
I'm part of it, and I feel like it's a mix.
I feel like you tried to stitch me up.
Just so glad I did not pull one of them out. Oh dear me. And Ian Watson, well done. They've stolen a cup. Ooh. Well, that trophy is actually the Tilton Talk Super 6 trophy for the end of the year. For those people that wanted to join our Super 6, I won't be winning it either, probably. But there you go. But that's a trophy that will be handed out each year for the Tilton Talk Super 6. We haven't stolen it. Calm down.
An extra one.
A bonus.
Calm down.
Bonus draw.
The bonus draw.
There are no more spalls.
This is incredible.
Who's going to take the black? Stephen.
I've already been stitched up once here.
Oh dear. I have a confession to make.
Nick Spall.
Jimmy Morgan.
I did share it as well. There you go. There you go. For all you people from across the city that have come in tonight, my brother Lee Spall supports your team. There you go. And he's going to get some. And he's going to get some Birmingham City gifts. I'm so glad you could all join us.
There we go.
Unbelievable.
Thanks, Pat, for reminding me that. But there you go. We'll get you some goodies off into the post as soon as we possibly can. Oh dear me. Oh, you couldn't write the book, could you? Couldn't write the book. All you got to do is share this. I won't come out, Paul Gill. Believe me, Paul Gill. I will not come out. Not as one of them. No, thank you. And Matt Atkins, who knows? I could be related to Timothy Spall. I could be, for all you know. I shan't tell you, but I could be.
Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing. Yeah. Keep them guessing. Two competition draws and two of my siblings come out. I just couldn't write it. Super 6, how did you do this week?
Eight.
Eight.
I think I got four.
Yeah.
Four of the results, but
Are you in ours this year, Steve?
No,
you've got to join next year. Then join next season.
I'll try to. I do it every year, and I forget after about the second or third weekend to do it.
Yeah, but you can get emails sent you to remind you, and
do it after the games.
It's quite depressing when you see 1, 2, or 0 coming up as your scores every week.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'll have to try for next season. To be fair, I'll have to try and get back into it.
Can't be bad. Can't be bad. Right, up next then, Middlesbrough. After that one,
Cardiff after that. Cardiff away.
Cardiff away.
Difficult.
Don't forget, we remember the Cardiff at home game. Cracker, absolute cracker. Can we get back to those kind of playing games again?
I think it's difficult to predict or talk about that one without knowing what happens tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean, if we can somehow get 3 points tomorrow, then we go to the Cardiff game, buzzing,
new manager,
full of confidence, and a whole world apart from the side that took to the field at Forest on Saturday. And
then, of course, after that one, Hull at home. That will be
that's the start of the run.
17th of March.
That's the one.
That's the following 4 games after that are the big ones.
Well, we've got Ipswich at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bolton Wanderers away.
How
can that now be a massive game? Really, seriously, we should not be talking about it, should we? And then a nemesis team, Burton at home.
But that's 4 games
points,
there. You've got to get 10 or 12 points out.
3 of them are 6 points.
We were saying 4 out of the last 2.
No, but like you look at that run.
That's going to define the season.
3 of those are in and around us.
6 pointers. 3 of them are 6 pointers, and the other one is a winnable game.
Home is
it's a winnable
big
game.
Winnable game. Now, if you don't get 10 or 12 points from that, that means that everybody else around you is picking up points. And we're struggling then.
I think the only one that we can afford to draw out of those 4 is the Ipswich game.
Possibly, yeah. You cannot afford to lose any of those 4 games, I think.
Okay then, Birmingham City fans only. Can we have your predictions for tomorrow night? It's Birmingham City versus Middlesbrough. New manager.
We'll have them across the Expressway's predictions as well, and then we can laugh at them when we win 2-0.
So can I have your prediction then for tomorrow night? Bear in mind, you're saying this across the wider Great West Midlands.
I am.
And Staffordshire.
Oh, hang on, I live up there.
2-1 Blues.
Right, okay, 2-1 Blues. Score first or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
1-0 Blues, by equalise, and we win it.
Okay, Thomas Clayton's also gone for 2-1 Blues. Nice to have you with us, Thomas. Sensible lad. Yeah. Yourself?
I think I'm going to go with a 1-1.
A 1-1 draw.
I think they'll go 1-0 up, and then we'll come back into it second half.
Right.
And get a point. Which, I mean, if someone offered me a point away at home at Middlesbrough, then you take it any day of the week.
Head over heart. Oh God, how do I do this, Chris? Oh, my predictions are never
more for
right.
Blues than you do for Middlesbrough.
But my predictions are never right on this show. No. Never. So I'm going to go 2-1 Borough.
See what you've done there. Very good.
Carl Thomas says 2-0 Borough, 1-1 from Mandy Irvin. Steve Tarbuck 2-1 Blues. Tony Fuller 1-1. He feels won't read that next one out. Mark A. Winters 2-2, 1-1 from my sister who's just earned herself some clothing. 2-0 Blues, Gallagher and Davis. Pete Taylor.
I don't think Davis
will
be playing tomorrow. I think he's still struggling.
Dave Savage is saying a 0-2 loss. Can't see the players doing anything even with a new manager. I don't know. That sometimes just is the spark, isn't it?
That's if you can't lift yourself after getting rid of that idiot and bringing a decent manager in, you're not going to get any confidence from anything. I don't think.
Paul Hipkiss going 1-0 Blues. Hotter. Stephen Gill 2-2.
Wouldn't that just be so Blues?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just sum up everything if we won and it was Hotter who scored?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he was instrumental to our win after what the way Cottrell's treated him and pushed him out left, right, and wherever.
Matt Adkins just said nobody has mentioned Hotter. Hey, couldn't write the script, could you? Kevin Damon would take a point. Would we? Can we afford to take a point?
Yeah,
a point against Middlesbrough is a point that we weren't expecting.
I think a point tomorrow night is a good point.
Yeah, it's a point that you're going into the game and you're not expecting.
Yeah.
In our current situation, I know we've got a new manager.
I'd have said no points until the guaranteed no points until the whole game.
Whole game, yeah.
But
now
we've got a chance. And the fact he's coming now, sorry, before we go on, the fact he's coming now and not after Cardiff.
Yeah,
is he sees these players in matches, not just in training. He sees what they do in matches. So we've got 2 tough games going, and then we play the big 4, four games of the season.
He may not give it away either, but in the media, but Monk must be pumped for it to go and stuff his
massively, yeah.
Face,
of course he would.
Just go and shove it in the face of his old team who didn't have faith in him.
Absolutely.
To go and beat them 2-0 or 2-1 or whatever.
Definitely, yeah.
Bick says he thinks the crowd will be buzzing tomorrow night. Let's hope so, Bick. 2-1 from Calvin Mitchell. Hotter double from Kieran McCowan. Lisa Bunn, 2-1 Blues, and Doy off the bench hits the winner. Now that would be nice, wouldn't it? Come on, Chris, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But it would be nice, wouldn't it? Come on.
93rd minute winner.
That would be nice.
I think the fans would be on the pitch if that
happens. I know. I'll need resuscitating.
And Doy showing the door now from Mark Winters. Don't know yet.
Do you know, all joking aside, and I know obviously there's a gripe about him, but the way Monk likes to play, he'll look at him and go, I don't know what. He will look at him and go, there's just nothing he can bring to a Gary Monk side, I don't think. Yeah. For a team that wants to keep the ball.
If we still had Rowett, then he'd be. I think he'd be a very instrumental.
Daniel Scott says Hotter will play 10 times better playing as a central attacking midfielder. Andy Myers 3-1 Borough. Robert Doyle 4-0 Blues on Doyle to get a hat trick. Well, I can't quite see that. Hold my beer, yeah. Peter Ricketts has gone for an Undoy hat-trick, so there you go. If Undoy scores, I will jump off the roof from Atkins. Undoy screamer from 30 yards to win it. Next week, Mr. Fun will wear a T-shirt with Undoy's face on, and all is forgiven from Thomas Clayton. No, he won't, Thomas. He won't, Thomas. He won't, Thomas.
Supposed to be wearing.
It wasn't going to be the Undoy show either tonight, was it? It's Gary Monk's birthday tomorrow. Many happy returns for tomorrow, Gary. 39 years old. Let's hope you give us the present that you want tomorrow night, mate. Let's hope that. I tell you what. If Undoy goes scores, we're on the pitch. There you go. There's another one. Stockdale late winner. Oh, right, okay. No. If we still had Rowett, we'd be battling top 3 by now. David Savage, there's absolutely no guarantee of that whatsoever. No guarantee of that whatsoever.
Well, I bet we wouldn't be going down.
No. We need all the players to give 100% till the end of the season. Stephen Smith, you need to be in that dressing room tomorrow just before kick-off. You need to be in that dressing room tomorrow just before kick-off, because you are absolutely 100% right. And the fans now need to give Gary Monk 100%, because this is a change. This is a change we've all screamed for, right? Mm-hmm. This is a change that everybody wanted, whether it was Gary Monk or another, right? Okay, the change has been made. Yep. Many of the back footballing staff, non-footballing staff have gone, right? There's been a clear out. Like you said in your very early comments today, is that TTA have obviously recognised that there's something fundamentally wrong with that football club, and they've come in, they've swept it out with a broom, and they've changed it. Now is the opportunity for fans and players to show what St Andrews is all about.
And Brian mentioned it.
Adrian Howe says we're going down. We ain't going down anyway, Mr. Fun. That's very optimistic. I hope we're not, and that's good optimism. But like Brian said in his phone call, that you do look back to that Watford game, Rowett's first home. I know he had the Wolves 0-0 away was his first game, but
his first home game.
The first home game was Watford at home. I think they were top.
Yeah, they were flying,
and we beat them 2-1 at our place, and that really kick-started the Rowett for the next year. We were nowhere near the bottom, and I think something similar tomorrow night could not saying it will, could spark a similar revival.
Let's hope so. It, in my opinion, is going to be difficult.
Oh yeah! Listen, we're not going to win 6-0.
No, we're not going to go there and dictate.
We're not going to play them off the park.
No.
It's going to be tough. They'll probably have more of the ball than us, and they'll threaten us, and we'll have to defend well. And Stockdale will probably have to make a couple of saves. Yeah. But if we get chances, we've got to take them.
Yeah.
And
that's been the main thing.
When we're on the ball, we've got to keep it for as long as possible. And I think that's what Monk will be trying to get them to do.
Well, it's nice to see so many of you from across the Expressway have spent your Monday nights on the Tilton Talk Show.
Can't blame them.
Hey, well,
What else would you do on a Monday night?
It can't be bad, can it?
Than sit for an hour and a half watching people talk about the club you despise.
George Ellis.
Strange way
Villa fans
to live your life.
Villa fans are due in a bottle soon. If we go down, we stick with Monk. Let this guy build a young and vibrant team from Death Southern. There is a possibility. There is a possibility, of course, that and we're realists, right? There is a possibility that we may get relegated. That's an absolute.
Very strong.
It's an absolute.
I would say, if we do go down, I wouldn't be so confident in him staying.
He signed a 3.5-year contract, though, so
on the basis that he's obviously got the confidence in himself and the group to stay up. However, if we go down, he might walk away from that.
He might not. He might be of the opinion to say, right, okay, this was already going to happen before I got here.
Yeah, possibly.
Now is my opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And look what a certain Gold and Black team Street have done in 2 years' time.
Well, the vibe that you got from his press conferences and everything was the fact that he wants to rebuild. He wants to build something that he's going to be proud of and that he wants to be centred around. Yeah. So if we do go down to League One, there will be a lot of players out, but it will give him the chance to properly rebuild a squad that's made up of 3 or 4 managers' choices. So I don't think it's going to be all negative if we do end up going down. I think there is some positive to take into it. Obviously, I'm not saying it's certain that we thump the league, we go up in first place, completely destroy it, build a brilliant side or anything like that. But I think there's a better chance of us rebuilding if we do go down with Monk in charge than if we do stay up and Monk's still in charge.
But obviously you don't want to go down.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We don't know what football contracts, managers' contracts,
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what he said.
He does, the board does. That's it.
We could have a release clause.
You could, but all we as supporters have got to do is just go along with what we've got. It's been a very, very difficult, long, hard season, as was the end of last one. Yep. And hopefully we can pull something out the bag, save this season, and potentially the football club from an absolute disaster, and then rebuild from that. I'd rather be rebuilding in the Championship than rebuilding in League One.
Of course.
But as I say, we have to be real. We're not out of the woods by a long shot, by a very, very, very long shot, and that might make all those people across the expressway smile. Oh, well, enjoy that. I don't know. We could become the Madrid of real world.
Yeah.
They're so confident about going up.
I'll tell you what, Chris. Let's say nothing, shall we? Because saying nothing is sometimes better than saying something.
Yeah. 2 months ago, I'd have put my house on and going
Let's say nothing.
Now I'm keeping my house a little bit closer to
Derby have faltered a little bit as well, haven't they?
No.
Well, a little bit. No winning 5, I would still expect them to finish in the playoffs.
You never know with Derby, to be fair.
Yeah, but
they used to bottle in the playoffs. Seems as almost McLaren left, and he's left almost a curse over the club that they do the exact same season every season.
Stepping Stones Global, our friend who was in a couple of weeks ago. Well done for tonight's show. Look forward to next week's show for all the latest Blues news. Thanks for the shout out for the footy team. Anytime, my friend, you just message us every single week and we'll make sure that we'll give you and your guys and your great charity and your cause a shout out, because that's what we do. Malkit Singh says we need more than 10 points. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are we like a minute?
30.
30 and
I'd say 15, 16, if not more.
Yeah, around normally mid-40s is. I think
normally you're looking at 45 to 50. Yeah. If you go down with 50, you're desperately unlucky. If you stay up with 45, you might have been a little bit lucky.
It's going to get better. Simon Minute, last time the Vile won something when nobody had heard of the Spice Girls. Brilliant. Nice one, mate. That so far is the comical comment of the night. If anybody else can come up with anything clean and better than that, then just do so. Good show again, lads. Fair play to you all. Keep right on, Bleepy. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. Take good care and have yourself a good week. As you go through life, it's a long, long road. There'll be joys and sorrows too. We all know about that, don't we? We all know about that. Alex Gibbs, what do you call a woman in the middle of a tennis court? A net?
Brilliant.
Not as good as the other one, though. Not as good as the other one. The Villa Spires will be asking Dr. Tony to create a radio station next. Well, Ian, we've already given them the opportunity to come on here. This is Sports Radio Birmingham. We don't just do a Birmingham City dedicated show. There are so many shows that go on Sports Radio Birmingham. The Biscuit Boys. Help me out on some more, Mrs. Brown. What are the shows? What are the shows we do? The Biscuit Boys, Speedway Tavern,
starting in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
Various interview shows. We've got What's Up Rocker. We've got Made in Brum and loads more.
So if you want to come and do it, come and do it. Come and do it. But I tell you what, I don't think one Birmingham City fan would infiltrate your evening. I don't think they would.
We know that, and we know that he'll be trying.
Lee Geary says Fulham to win the playoffs. We'll let them get there first, and let them draws take place. But they are looking. They're looking up. We're going to say nothing. No, we're going to say nothing. We are going to say nothing. Nothing. And Kev Kelly says, of course, the Paul Devlin show. That's on is bi-weekly, I think, isn't it? Is it every other Tuesday, Chris?
Tuesday morning.
Yes.
Just plug tomorrow's show. We're doing a show tomorrow with Alan Hudson, the great Alan Hudson from Chelsea days.
There you go.
That's going to be good. But apart from that, every couple of weeks it's with Paul Devlin. Yeah, Tuesday mornings.
What this means for his future?
Can't be bad. Can't be bad. And all you got to do is share this upon your Facebook stream earlier on in the programme to win prizes, just like my sister did earlier, and my Villa supporting brother, who I am going to personally deliver those gifts to when I see him. I think we're having a large family meeting in October. My brother's coming over from New Zealand, and I've invited all.
Make sure he's got his hat on.
Listen. There will be photographs, Chris. Believe me, there will be photographs. Kev Damon says we've got a bit of background noise. Can you look into that? Cheers, dude. So we're on to that one. Rob Dore, can't wait for tomorrow. Nor me, Robert. Badoom. You know what? If we pull that one off tomorrow, what doom and gloom will be lifted.
Yeah,
it will be incredible.
Yeah.
It'll be incredible.
That's how 2 or 3 decisions can change a whole season. You get rid of the current manager, get the right manager in, a decent manager in, pick up a home win, and you're off then.
Yeah, kick start again.
Oh, here you go, Thomas Clayton, well done. When Blues win tomorrow night, headlines will be Mark's win, hopefully the start of a winning habit. The monk, yeah, you get it, okay. No Rate My Pie this week. Did anybody go to Forest and have a pie? Please get in touch now if you did. We've only got about 10 or so minutes of the show left. Apologies for somebody talking in the background. We seem to have technically sorted that little problem out, but don't worry about that, it's gone. Who's that in the background picture? No. What's with the background picture? Huh? It's one of the most iconic moments in football.
Was it finish?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember properly. I don't particularly care about him, to be honest, apart from that moment.
No, yeah. The former Premier League goalkeeper.
Great call here from Wayne Thompson. Round pins in round holes will make all the difference. We completely and utterly agree with you, each and every single one of us here. Right, okay, what else have we got? Is that Enkelman photo from our own game or the one theirs? It could be any, really. I think it's
the home one.
I think it's the home one.
I know that picture very well.
I think it's the home one. They all seem to have gone now, don't they, now that's all?
There's a couple, yeah. There's a couple lingering.
Dear me. Keefe to score on 90 minutes from a free kick. Oh, yes, that would be good, Adrian, if that was to happen. But there you are. We just have to sit back and wait and see. The pies were burned! Rob Maddox! The pies were burnt. Rob Maddox, we need to know more. We need to know more about the pies at Forest. We need to put a complaint in.
Come on, Rob. Explain what happened. Penelope says I had a meat and potato pie and it was an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Contrasting views on the pies.
Really good. Dear.
One was burnt, one was an 8 out of 10.
Penny, you obviously didn't have yours out the same oven as Rob Maddox.
No.
Oh, dear me. Come on, let's have this information on the pies. Kevin, we're taking points from relegation rivals. You know what? That's one thing that we've absolutely got to do. It's key.
Yeah,
those 4 games.
Stephen mentioned it. It's those 4 games. Those, if you can pick up anything from the next 2, obviously that's a massive boost, a massive bonus.
Yeah.
But our season boils down to those 4 games. If we pick up 10 or 12 points, we give ourselves a massive chance. Yeah.
Stephen Gill says if we stay up, we'll go for Hernandez from Leeds. He knows Monk. Ooh, could be a good
There could be a couple of Leeds players. Stuart Dallas is another that you could.
If we've got the money,
you could question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Obviously, that's
still an financial fair play.
Still an issue going
bashing
on,
around.
Yeah.
Janie Tarbuck, she was told that this isn't a banter show. Please stop with the banter. Don't worry, Janie. We've just been infiltrated by some of the opposition tonight. We'll get rid. We'll sort it. Well, don't worry.
I think the pitcher's done the trick.
Yeah.
Scared them off.
That's
It's
really
like a
ups-
frost to the
it's
back.
really
Here
upsetting.
we go.
us.
Adam Wilkes says they're only jealous because they don't have a smelly flag. Hey!
Do you know, I thought we'd go a whole
10
show
minutes.
without the smelly flag.
10 minutes in. Stockdale likes all their Balti pies by the looks of it. Adrian Harris had a pie down the other end. He said it was disgusting. But there you go. No chance of Fernandez coming to Blues.
It all depends. I know the owners definitely got money. It's
they can't
whether
spend it.
financial fair play is restricting them or not.
Can't spend it.
You have to wait.
And the thing about the FFP thing is, it's the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Now the last 2 years have been bad. The
Yeah.
third was only about a 5 million loss, which means that next year that gets scrubbed off.
Yeah.
So you've got your 15 million and your 17 million loss,
Very
which
difficult
means
to work out,
which
isn't
means,
it?
Yeah.
which means that you can't afford. You cannot afford another loss. So there will be cost cutting this year.
Dennis says Andoy will score the winner tomorrow night and pull his top up to show a Mr. Fun top underneath. There you go.
Do
you know what,
that'd
that'd
be my crowning glory.
Oh,
Wouldn't it just be funny if
What
that
a-
actually
that'd be
genuinely
iconic.
happened, though?
What a moment that'd be.
They don't need a smelly fag, they stink themselves from Stephen Gale. Nice one, mate. Well
Come on,
done.
Stone. Let's not be nasty to our guests.
No, to our guests who might even create a show on this very
Might
same
do,
radio
yeah.
station. Yeah, the BCFC Facebook page blocked me last year from commenting on their posts because of the memes I posted of Zola from David Savage. Well, if they were disparaging, then I can
Depends
understand
what was
why,
on
but
them,
obviously
yeah.
depends what was on them. We haven't got a clue here, so all right.
No, I was thinking that. Who's the ex? yeah. Yeah.
They'll just put anyone at the end of it.
X marks the spot. X marks the spot. So, tomorrow night then, it's got to be players playing in their correct positions.
Yeah.
Number one, that's fundamental. Number one, that's fundamental. Formation, I would personally go 4-4. I play two up top. I know what you're saying, and I know what you're thinking, right? But I think we need that attacking presence up top.
I think you can get it without two.
I don't think we will go
outsiders.
two up front. I think he'll stick with a very similar formation.
Looking at what he's done in the
and
past,
players
yeah.
with what Cottrell was going with, just
I
so
think,
he could
well,
get a feel.
you think
He'd
of the
make a
strikers
couple
he's
of
had.
he'd make a couple
Yeah.
of changes. Don't get me wrong, and it won't be exactly the same, but. He's been with them for one training session. He hasn't seen them in a match. He's going to just put out.
He'd have been watching
a very
videos. He'd have been watching
yeah.
videos and this, that, and the other. Look, he's not.
Listen, he's not gone in to manage a non-league side, is
No.
he?
And also,
You know,
my belief
people-
is that he's not come in within the last week. He's known
exactly.
about this
He's
for a
known
while.
about it for a
Exactly.
while. Yeah, you can tell already because
You know,
in his-
if you're a manager out of work, what I'd be doing if I was a manager out of work, I'd be looking at every club that are struggling and the fans don't like the manager. I'll be watching,
I'll be watching
games,
the games
just in
and
case you get a call.
You can almost tell that he has been talking with the owners for a few weeks because in his press conferences he was always pointing out the weaknesses that us fans were pointing out,
exactly.
and he knew everything about the club, about the fans, about players, and everything like that. So it wasn't like he just got the call, say
again,
Friday night, and said we're sacking Cottrell on Saturday, no matter what. Do you want the job or not?
And
Do you know what I mean?
whatever our guests from across the expressway think, or whatever Matt Law from the Telegraph thinks, for his comments on goals on
stupid.
his comments on the Sunday supplement this weekend. We are a big club, and we're a championship club, and we're not, in the back end of nowhere. People know about us. People know our players, and they know what's going on.
Anthony Lloyd says 4-4-2. Stockdale, Colin Morrison, Dean Bramall, Boga, Keefton Belt, and Doy,
hang on.
Magoma, Gallagher, Adams. My team. Anthony Lloyd.
Where's this?
It's gone down quite a
Colin
bit.
Morrison, Dean Bramall,
Boga.
Keefton Belt, and Doy. Right, well, forget it.
I wouldn't play Bramwell at left back either. He's not a left back. No, he's not, but he's more defensive.
George Ellis
he's
has asked, can we get a
he's a
shout out
defender.
for all the Villa fans who feel lonely? We're so happy we made your Monday night a lot better.
Yeah.
Bless you all, each and every single one of you. Thanks for being with us. It just boosts the ratings, that's all.
Our comments must have gone through the roof
Yeah,
tonight.
perhaps, but hey ho, who cares?
All these people laughing at Big Club, at my comment about Big Club. I like to think big club is teams that win things.
Yeah,
You know, teams that have got trophies
Right.
recently.
The century.
Actually challenge for trophies.
Yeah.
Get to quarter-finals
and people
semi-finals
remember
of
it as well.
competition. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
People
yeah.
who have actually got a memory of
You
it.
But I can remember 1990. What was
Yeah.
it? 91 with the Leyland Daft Cup final.
Yeah.
It was in the 90s.
Well,
that
we
was.
got 91, 95,
Yeah.
and 2011.
And then of course there was the
And
Norwich playoff final,
playoff
and
final.
yeah, our European tour.
European, yeah.
Teams that play in Europe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you've got to be a decent side to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
in Europe.
And what have they won? A catering award.
I can't
A
remember.
catering award about 6 years ago. Well, congratulations.
Just
Well
vaguely
done.
remember, right back to my years, something about a cup final win over Leeds, but that's just about in my memory. Nothing recent.
It's been fun having you along tonight. Fun. Yeah, Adrian L says recent history, not ancient. Was it 1982? Something like that.
Something
1982.
like that, yeah.
How old were you in
I
1982?
wasn't born.
You weren't born in
I wasn't
1980.
born.
What about you, Chris?
I wasn't
Wasn't even born in
glimpse in my father's
1982.
eye.
I didn't have any wrinkles in 1982. Oh, dear me, dear me, dear me. Never mind, never mind. They've enjoyed themselves. They've enjoyed themselves.
Lovely to have them on.
Yeah. So just remind us then, ladies' game next is...
The next Blues Ladies game is the 25th of March.
Right, okay, so we've got a little bit of a break.
Yeah, a bit of a break. Obviously, in the international break at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think FA Cup, but obviously we got knocked out by Man City, so we don't play that weekend as well. So I think the next game is the 25th of March at home to Liverpool.
Great also to see England drawing 2-2 the other night against the Germans in America.
Well, yeah, last
America,
night, yeah.
I
So,
watched the game. It was very entertaining.
apart from two horrendous defensive errors.
Well, we've been making them all season.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, they were Blues standards as well. Blues Ladies fans have been calling for a couple of our players to be in the England squad in the defensive unit, and they'd have looked stronger than what we did last night. But yeah, point last night. So if we get a draw against the USA later on this week, we win that friendly tournament. Which will be
Penelope Wood says, Mr. Full, I'm Penny, not Penelope, except when I'm in trouble. There you are.
sorry.
So you will now always be known as Penny.
Sorry, Penny.
Penny Wood. There we go. Andrew Wood. I enjoy League One. We're not there. Not at the moment. We've still got an opportunity of crawling out. Yes, it's going to be difficult for us. We know that, but we are
We've given
who we
ourselves a chance. we were gone. I'd have accepted every single one of them saying that tonight if Cottrell was still in charge.
Yeah,
But we've
yeah.
given ourselves a chance, and that's the main thing.
Mrs. Brown, do you have a picture of the Scums' last trip to Wembley? No one showed up, if I recall. Yeah, we could get it, but why would we want to waste our airtime on
I can think of better pictures to put of
Yeah.
memories of Wembley.
a coffin?
To be fair, maybe a Nigerian striker wheeling away, cartwheeling. So.
Any news on Digger Davis? Kev Kelly.
No,
I haven't heard anything.
on the Instagram, on the Blues Instagram earlier, I think there was they put a picture of him saying not fit yet, but back in the group.
Yeah.
So he's in and around the training ground, but I wouldn't expect to see him in the side tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for Saturday. Maybe for Saturday. He might be on the bench for Saturday. He might
But
be
if it's a case of risking him
Yeah.
for Saturday, or don't put him in and make sure he's good
fit
for those four games,
Yeah, obviously.
then leave him for those 4 games.
And yes, James, somebody did quote the Auto Windscreen Shield. You know why? Because we won it.
Trophy
like
that.
we did the Leyland Daft.
It's a trophy.
Like
that
we
is.
did
If you go
the
into St
Carling
Andrews,
Cup.
if any of you want to come into St Andrews and actually see a trophy, there's a display cabinet at the top of the stairs, and they're all there.
Nice.
Because when he got
three
there,
in the last 25 years.
You don't mean the
Go and
catering
have a look.
award?
when he got there, the
A
cupboard
proper
was
trophy.
bare, and so the poor Villa fans had none. This has been the Tilton Talk Show. It's been quite a fun evening, actually, Mr. Fun, hasn't it?
Do you know what? I've loved having them on.
Yeah.
I've absolutely loved it.
We're here every Monday night from 7:30 through till 9. That is, of course, if you can tell the time. You'll always be very welcome. Be very, very welcome. Sorry. Well, I've got to, haven't I? I've got to, got to. Listen, chap, all the best with the blog.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Keep in touch.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
Right? And you're a friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Thank you.
Friend of the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Friend of the show, Chris. Friend of the show. You have to have the 3 votes. All right, there you go. And come back and even if you just help us read some of these comments out. If you can make head or tail of them. Any time. You know what I mean? So
the spelling isn't great. I use Grammarly.com for a spell check for my blogs.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it for your comments as well. Helps you on Facebook as well, don't worry, you don't have to copy and paste it into there first. It helps you, it comes up as you type in, so automatically does it for you.
There you go. Aaron Gellers is ordering a Chinese now. We'll have a chicken doi. What you having, Mr. Fun? Great show again, boys, from Dave Twine. Bleeping Razor, keep right on. Listen, guys, tomorrow is a massive, massive game for us. It is going to be a very difficult game. Don't just take any bones from that whatsoever. As many of you as possibly can, get down there, support the boys in blue. New manager, new backroom staff. Is this it? As the season finally going to change. Next Monday we'll be back again doing it all over again. Good luck to you all. Have yourselves a great week, a safe weekend. Don't forget, happy birthday to the lovely Ava tomorrow. And get well soon. Amy as well, hurting your foot tonight. Oh, God blimey. And I saw my Scott was on earlier. If you're still on, give me a call when I get home and we'll sort tickets for tomorrow night, because there's no way I ain't going. No way on this earth. Here we go. It's all about the monk. No. Put back on. So which first name? Stephen. Ready? Stephen Beavon, thanks ever so much for being with us. Come all the way from BOT. There's some awful roads on the way back, so be very careful how you get there. The snow was across 3/4 of miles on the way down through Barton and areas like that. Mr. Fun, thank you as always for your Monday night contribution. Pleasure. Excellent, well done. Mrs. Brown, thank you. And thanks to our resident Villa fan, the wonderful GA, for doing all the eradicating tonight. You've done a marvellous and wonderful job. You weren't even asked to come in. Bless you. Thank you. Take care. It's all about Gary Monk. It's all about Birmingham City. And it's got to be all about the win. Keep right on to the end of the road.
We're so happy following the blues. We love you. What more can we say? Let's see you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the point of all when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have the Tigers tops here at St Andrews. They're gonna give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever. Let's hear it from the stand. So go